Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Hope everyone is having a fine Friday thus far. All right, we already have a nice little donation list going, and we're going to be doing a collective reading for all of us that are watching either right now, live, or on replay. And we have Wet Hair Don't Care Day right now. And I'm going to try to take as many donations that I can. You know, my throat is still doing its thing, and we were live, let's see, about just shy, like a minute shy of 2 hours, or maybe even just 30 seconds shy of 2 hours on Wednesday. And by the end of that, I really, really needed to rest my throat. I filmed I think 40 to 50 minute pick a card yesterday, then I needed to rest my throat. So that's where we're at right now, currently with the throat situation. But yeah, I have the sinus stuff pretty well under control, so yay, that's good. It's just a matter of, using my voice wisely and I haven't talked much at all this morning since my kids went to school. I've been trying to be quiet, not even talking to my dog. I've been petting him though, that's hi, some good old coffee shop editing tarot time. I love it. So fun. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of go to a coffee shop to work, and I don't do that enough, but when I do, I feel like the world is my oyster. Like I could do anything. Like I don't know why that is so fun for me and why I don't do it more. You would think. Yeah, hello everybody. I'll just do a couple shout outs for those that I can see that are here. So thus far I see Jamie, she's already posted her question. That's awesome. And Vicky has donated for 1 card, Cheyenne has donated for a 1 card, and then Jamie's is a full read. We've got Florence B, hello, Amber's here, Brandy Lynn. So yeah, we've got 6 people to like on the video. Thank you so much for your engagement here, you guys. I do appreciate it so much. And I've made my first $5 in ad revenue over on Harmony Portal Tarot. It's taken me 6 days, but I've finally done it. Yeah, it feels good. It's not much, but it's more than I'm making over on the Done Creative, and that's for sure. Yeah, and hopefully as time goes on, that number will go up a little bit, and I'll be at least making $1 in ad revenue a day. That would be awesome. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into our collective reading and see what's going on for all of us watching now and on the replay. Thank you so much, Brandy Lynn. Yeah, we're currently, I think, let's see, because once you hit 1,000, it doesn't update like every single new subscriber. It goes in tens, and then when you get to the 10,000, it only upgrades or updates you every 100 or so subscribers. But we're currently sitting at 1,040 subscribers. So we're 40 over the mark already. So yeah, and it took me forever to go from 900 to 1,000, and not forever as opposed to say the Done Creative. And I know a lot of other people have been waiting and waiting and waiting to get that. But compared to the first 800 subscribers, that last 900, that last 100 took about the same amount of time as the first 800. So it's really starting to slow down. That's okay. We are here for it, spreading truth, or as much truth as we can anyway. But yeah, I'm currently exporting my next pick a card for Tuesday, and you guys do not want to miss this one. We really get into some things, and it's all about how you're leveling up, how you're expanding, and some really cool stuff came through in that. And if you missed it earlier today on my other channel, Harmony Portal Tarot, I uploaded how you are, this one, today was how you're leveling up. Yes, that is a good one. And then the other one was your spiritual focus. And yes, this, mind-blowing. Some really amazing stuff came through. But yeah, the one today that's up right now, the level up one, how you're expanding, is also really good. Check it out. Feel free to comment if you feel so inclined. All right, so for our collective reading, while I have you here, let's find out what we need to know for the next few days to weeks. These energies never just hard to stop, and something's picking up quickly. There might be some communication coming in, might even be some travel, but to me this feels close travel. This could be across town or maybe even across the state. depending on across the state of Montana, it could be close to 1,000 miles. But for everyone else, usually a trip across state isn't that crazy of a trek. But yeah, there might be some sort of weekend vacation for some of you, or even just wanting to, do something fun and exciting. And for some of us, that fun and exciting thing could just be having some sort of little staycation, cozy time at home as well. But wow, the 2 fastest moving cards in the whole deck came out in our collective reading. Look at this. So something is shifting very quickly. Those of you who've been feeling on the outs with people in your life, or just kind of blah or stagnant, things are shifting. If you've been go, 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 get it, there might be a little more of that coming in, but there is this sense of purpose and passion behind whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. This isn't just you trying to hit a deadline and you're completely stressed out. No, there's passion and purpose behind this, not just, oh no, that ticking clock is there, but this is something you're actually excited to go toward, whatever that looks like for you individually. All right, let's get another card. Anything else we need to know right now? Those of us watching right now or on the replay. Ooh, yeah, 5 of Swords. So yeah, this might be just overcoming some animosity, some conflicting energies, some chaos in your life. I'm going to get a clarifier on this. To me, it's more of an internal and mental chaos. Like, what did they mean by that? Is this person really out to get me? Why are they so mean? These kind of things. But I want to see if there's anything else we need to be aware of with this 5 of Swords energy. Whatever it is, it's closing a cycle. So if you are dealing with someone in your life that's causing that mental chaos for you, things are about to shift. Let's see what else is going on. There might even be, it might be payday for some of you over the next few days, because this can indicate pay coming in hot. Wow. Yeah, whatever it is you're going through, especially if you have some animosity with a coworker, a friend, a family member, you're going to be able to not just smooth it over, but actually come to some sort of resolution, where this is a card of there are no winners. Even if you feel you have won, you've actually lost everyone in your life. But with this coming out to help clarify, and also the Wheel of Fortune, you're closing out those cycles where everyone feels like they need to win. You can either win or be happy. You can really choose, and you're choosing happiness. That's what you're doing. But as a result of you choosing happiness, you're coming out on top. So, speaking from the heart is a really big thing with this combination. All right, what else do our wonderful souls right now watching need to know for the next few days to week or so? Ooh, we have marriage and happiness. So those of you that are married, there just might be some happiness in your love life. And for me personally, this does resonate because tomorrow is my 19-year dating anniversary with my husband. January 28th, 2004 was the day that we started saying, yeah, let's hang out more than just friends. And yeah, it's been quite the roller coaster, in more good ways than bad, that's for sure. But wow, to me, I'm 40 years old, so 19 years is almost half my life. So it's crazy to think that it's been that long, but yet at the same time, it feels like it's been the blink of an eye. Because I can barely remember life before my husband, but at the same time, it's really weird because how that is. It's like paradoxical. But yeah, Quill, getting back to basics. So those of you that are writers, or I'm always reminded of the writing with the quill here, getting back to basics. So some of you, Brandy Lynn, might be working on something like a basic outline structure for whatever it is you're working on, or maybe just trying to figure out some grammatical things. I'm not 100% sure exactly how this will tailor, but for the rest of you that aren't writers, getting back to basics is just really, figuring out your priorities and prioritizing the things that are, that need the most work. For me, I know personally that is like my home, my living room situation is a little chaotic just because over the last year, my husband is slowly building progress on our fireplace, but that means that all of our furniture is just in the weirdest place. The energy flow is horrendous. I need to get a couple bags out to donation. And you know how things just kind of become part of the background the longer you look at them. So some of you might just be dealing with clutter or chaos surrounding, the lineup of your furniture, or just kind of rearranging, reorganizing, restructuring things so they flow better. The energy can flow better. All right, one more before we get into our donation readings, I should say. Working on the second draft copy of Heart Breathing's Plot Your Novel Workbook. That is amazing. Yeah, that's exactly like getting back to the basics. And I'm sure you're going to have some epiphanies as you do that. Then we have here Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. So some of you, this animosity kind of energy coming in over the next few days, to me, for some of you, this is very current energy you're dealing with. For others of you, this is something from the past that's rearing its ugly head again. But it's so you can close out that old cycle, heal once and for all, or as once and for all as we can in this physical incarnation, and then find the joy or the lesson behind whatever it was you experienced. All right. So I hope that resonated, you guys. It has already come to you. Oh, you got engaged on January 30th, 14 years ago. That's so cool. Yeah, my husband and I actually got engaged the day that Anna Nicole Smith died, or the day after, actually, which is kind of a weird thing to remember. But yeah, I remember it very clearly. And we drove in a snowstorm to go on this little like vacation over to Idaho, where I was born. I'm like, I guess I'm not like, because I wasn't born in Montana, but my mom and my grandma and my great grandma, that side of the family, we're all like, I think I'm 5th generation Montanan on this side, but my mom had like a 2.5 year window of time after I was born that she lived in Idaho, and that's where I was born. And that's where my dad lived, and has lived ever since I've been born. So very interesting. Yeah, and it's actually snowing out today, but yeah, that was either February 7th or 8th. I'd have to double check the date on that, back in 2007. Or wait, yeah, 2007. No, 2008. Oh my gosh. See, life, time flies. I'd have to check my math on that, but all right. So, yes, Vicky, are you here? I see you. I see Vicky. And Cheyenne will be on deck. Is Cheyenne here as well? Just double checking so I know what the lineup will be. If I have to timestamp for her, that is totally cool. I can do that. Oh, and we had another donation come in from Marlene. 1 card read. So I'm going to add her. 1 card. Okay. And that is up to date there. Oh, yay. Cheyenne's here. Cool, cool. Okay. So copy my list. We're starting with Vicky, 1 card read, and we have her information in PayPal, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let me go to the right mailbox here. Okay. Oh, I gotta scroll up, not down. Okay, here we are. So Vicky, hi Amanda, I hope you're well. I am well, thank you so much. Okay, a guy I matched with on a dating app a few months ago surprisingly followed me on Instagram the other day. I deleted the app months ago. We've been chatting since, and he is interested in meeting up in the next few weeks, but I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. Do spirits have anything to say about my love life, and if I should give this guy a chance and go on a date with him? Thank you as always. Okay, so we're connecting to your inner self, which, if there are any external spirit guides that can help, of course, they're also directly connected to your inner self. And I just say this so that we don't connect to any outside entity interference that doesn't have any best interest at heart. We are not participating with them today at all. We are tuning into Vicky's inner guidance that is directly connected to Source God Creator, the true original Source God Creator. So to get the information, I'm going to read the last bit of your question again, just so I get it right. Anything to say about your love life, and if you should give this guy a chance and go on a date with him? Ooh, okay. So for Vicky, anything her guidance has to say, giving this guy a chance and going out on a date. What say you? What say you? Ooh, we have here 10 of Pentacles. This could lead to something long-term, at the very least something, material, something that's actually happening in your life. So let's see. Ooh. Yeah, to me, this connection has the longevity. I mean, both of these are very longevity type of cards. I call this my Olympic athlete card because not just any athlete can go to the Olympics. This is someone that trains for lifetimes. So you literally might have been training, well, a lifetime, but you might have literally been, knowing this person lifetime after lifetime. And, this card, could talk about long-term committed relationships, stability, building a home together, if not like physically building a home, but like, coming together and creating a home together, having children, quite possibly. This is just but one potential, but let's just see, if going out on a date is in Vicky's best interest with this guy she matched with on the dating site. Yeah, I would say this is you being in control of what you want to see happen here. So, meeting for coffee in a public place, I don't think there's anything bad about that. Just meeting, seeing it, what sparks, if anything does, and, maybe setting up a second date, just seeing where things go. But for the most part, I don't see any red flags here. I don't. But let's just get one more for Vicky. Anything else about this situation? So we have Feather. Someone is undependable and insincere. Okay, so I don't know necessarily that this is this person, although we did get a person come out in this. So he might actually be late for this date, but I do feel like it's outside his control. Like maybe traffic was bad, or he was running behind at work, or something that's totally innocent. But let's just see. Anything else Vicky needs to know? I have a feeling you're gonna know where or if this is going to go anywhere after you do have a first date. Yeah, bell announcement. So this is you, announcing maybe the point that, yeah, let's go on a date and just see what happens. And then you can kind of take it from there. But I don't see any big red flags yet in this. He might be a little sure of himself, which, I guess isn't necessarily a bad thing, but he might brag himself up quite a bit, the King of Wands, fire signs. He doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign, but, that symbolism is there. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or other prominent placements. Yeah. All right. So I hope that resonated. Yeah, I'd say go for it. Just see what happens. All right, we did Vicky's. Now it is Cheyenne's turn. Yes, you are so welcome. All right, current lineup. And double check. Oh, Amber has donated as well. So I'm going to add Amber to my new little list here. Okay. And she donated for full read. Okay. There we have it. So Cheyenne, one card read. Copy my list to my chat box so I have it available. Okay. So Cheyenne wants to know, clear the deck from Vicky's energy to get Cheyenne's energy integrated. Okay. Hi, Amanda. I did my driving test again today and didn't pass. Oh, no. The test is hard in Ireland, but I personally feel I shouldn't have failed and felt the marks against me were much harsher than last time, even though I felt more confident this time. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling as well. Of course, I was not perfect, and I don't mean to sound entitled, but I feel like I could only do my test one more time before I pack it in because it's so much effort and money. Yeah. Could Spirit shed light, please? It's 2 months before the next date. Okay. I'm already tuning in that I know this might have been your third time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just heard third time's a charm. So even if you've already done it 3 times, it's like the next time will be your success. And those little things you might have been marked down for this time won't be occurring next time. But let's just get a card or two. Go back to camera view. Tuning in to Cheyenne's inner guidance. Best possible scenario for her. What does she need to know about this situation? Yeah, right now, this is definitely how I would absolutely feel in your case as well. Just like it's a lot of money, it's a lot of effort, and I still have nothing to show for it. So yeah, allow yourself to feel that just kind of frustration and maybe even possibly anger about the fact that this hasn't worked out this time yet again. But beyond that, let's see best possible advice for Cheyenne about taking this again 2 months from now. Yeah, there's balance coming back. So where things didn't work out before, now they will be working out. And maybe even if you can, practicing with someone that you trust, driving around with someone and just practicing as much as you can. I don't know if the way they do it in Ireland is the same here, but when I got my license, and we've already talked about when I got my license, I did fail the first time, but it's because this guy drove out in front of us on his bike and I was in full control of the situation. I saw him coming 15 million miles away, and the driving instructor, pushed his brake on his side of the car, and that was just if he has to use his brakes, it's an automatic fail. And even after the case, I was like, yeah, that wasn't really fair. And he's like, yeah, technically probably not, but just safety. And I'm just like, "Ugh, I know how to drive. I can do this. So yeah, I can feel that frustration for you. But look, yeah, you're gonna come out on top. Look at this. You did a pre-test and pass, and my practice tester was surprised I failed and feels I wasn't treated fairly. Yeah, but here's the thing. This queen isn't gonna let that stop her. And this is you embodying this energy of, okay, I know what to do. I know that maybe things weren't fair this time, but what is the lesson in this for me? Maybe there's no lesson. Maybe, the universe is just the matrix is just conspiring against you. I mean, you just never know what's actually going on behind the scenes with the energy, but setting very clear intentions every time you study, every time you practice. But what I was getting about that, my little example is we'd have what's called a learner's permit that we would be able to drive if we had another licensed driver in the car. So if you have a licensed driver who's a friend or family member, you could, pop them in the other seat and just drive around and practice. And I think you'll feel even more comfortable. Because to me, it doesn't feel like if you guys have to do like the written part of the test, it feels to me you got that down. Like there's nothing really you have to keep studying about that. That feels like it's flowing very well. It's just the physical act of driving and maybe the bits of unfairness that are going on there. But yeah, you just setting very clear intentions that you're going to make this happen, and you will make this happen. So I would say give it another go and just put money, not money, but intention into the money you're spending. Next time you're like, this money is buying me my license, and just be very, very sure of that. And that confidence is going to bring it home. You got this, Cheyenne. Yeah. All right. Okay, I get to Lekka's here. Welcome, my dear. And we're going to put you on the list as well. Let me update my list right quick. So Jamie is next, and then I'm going to add Get to Lekka. Okay, and she's got for a full read. And then Amber had a full read as well. Okay, we got everything here. And you are so welcome. Totally. All right, so I'm going to scroll back up to Jamie's question. She's already got it here. So if I'm not here, my question is, I woke up this morning and could smell cigarettes in our living room and kitchen. Our air purifier went off last night. It needs a refill. I have 2 babies, so I don't want smoke in the house. So it really freaks me out when I smell smoke inside. I nicely try to explain to Mickey's dad that I could smell smoke because the purifier wasn't working. I was just going to ask Jim to leave the garage open longer until I got a new one, but he proceeded to throw a fit and accuse me of being nitpicky about smoke. Wow. Yeah, already that's got red flags. Like, I don't know if he's paying rent there or if he's just kind of freeloading. It sounds just kind of energetically like what I'm reading. Even if he is paying rent, it's like he's getting a lot more out of the situation than he's putting in. So already that tells me, you have 2 children to think about. And me, someone who's never smoked, but grew up with a grandmother who would smoke, pick us up from school when we were really little, grade school, and drive with all the windows up, smoking back to her house. And then she'd smoke in her house. And I grew up with her, when my mom was working, that's where we were, it was at my grandma's. So, it's not a good thing. Secondhand smoke is not good at all. And my grandma's sister, she even died from never smoking a day of her life, but just living in households where people were smoking all the time. So it's nothing to, accuse anyone of being nitpicky about, especially when those are your children. You would do anything for them. So, as you say, he left this morning, and I feel like maybe I should have done a better job at communicating. No, I'm pretty sure you did just fine. I'm pretty sure. I worry about being gaslit. Bingo. What do our spirit teams see about the situation? Thank you for our guides, for all the helpful guidance. Much peace and love. Yes, right back to you, Jamie. Let's clear the deck, get into this for Jamie. Jamie's energy, Jamie's inner guidance. What does she need to know about this situation? Ooh. Yeah, I'm glad you stood firm in what you knew to be right and you confronted him instead of just sweeping it under the rug or just not talking about it at all, whatever it was. Oh, he only pays a quarter of the rent. Yeah, that's not, again, I feel like he's like flying under the radar of what he should be doing. But I would say next time, if there is a next time, you stand your ground even further. And yeah, you did the right thing. And I have a feeling that, he's probably going to complain to Mickey, or if you've already talked to Mickey and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll talk to him. I have a feeling that Mickey's dad, it's like wherever he's ever been, he kind of feels like the victim. And it's like, no, you just need to make better adult choices with your life instead of smoking. And not to say you can't smoke and make that choice for yourself, but when you're smoking and then there's children around, that could be that slippery slope. Yeah. And with this here, I see as you just standing your ground and not backing down. I mean, if you called him a mean name or something, which I don't see has been the case, then I guess apologize. But I don't see that you've done anything even worth needing you to apologize. If anything, he needs to apologize for what, that he's made you uncomfortable in your own home with your children and, kind of afraid for their, health, not like in probably the whole scheme of life, but like, it's annoying at the least. Yeah, and this is total victim mode. He's total victim mode. So yeah, I would even say that this is actually furthering the case for you that this situation just isn't in your best interest or the kid's best interest. It's definitely in Mickey's dad's best interest, possibly in Mickey's best interest, just if he likes to have his dad there. But to me, this feels like a natural progression toward things getting a little more conflicting so that things can shift, things can change. Because if they just kind of remain the same, no one's moving out or no one's moving forward. So I would say this is actually a good thing that this happened. Not that your babies were, subjected to smoke, that they didn't need to be, not meaning it in that way, but this is actually kind of playing into your hand as far as having things shift and be better. So let's just see what Jamie needs to know moving forward about this situation. Yeah, again, you've come out on top both times. This is king energy. This is you in your own, and it's very interesting because we think of the mother energy as the most feminine energy out there. But you cross a mother, you get between a mother bear and her cubs, her masculine side comes out. So that mother energy is the very masculine side of a woman. If you think about it like in those types of terms, the mother energy is the masculine side of the woman. There's a lot of other ways, there are parts of motherhood that are very feminine, but they're, at the root of fight or flight, threat and danger, mama bear comes out. And that's what I see here. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And this is your energy is like just one more nail in the coffin, just one more thing that he's doing that I'm not approving of, that's not cool, it's not kosher, it's just really annoying at best and could possibly be dangerous at worst. And it's just making things even less agreeable. Again, though, I'm seeing this working in your favor, that something's got to give, something's got to bend, something's got to change. Yeah, and you feel like you can't say anything. It's almost like, but at the same time, you do hold so much power as that mother energy here. But let's just see words of advice for Jamie moving forward. Anything she can say or do to alleviate or, make him move out or, to make this in Jamie's best interest. Yeah, I think there's a conversation, a big choice, a big decision that needs to happen where you're talking to Mickey about, he's only paying a quarter of the rent. So it's not like he's even contributing that much that's going to make or break the household if he's gone. I really do feel maybe Mickey's doing this out of more guilt than the fact that he actually does want him there. And again, with the gaslighting, I think his dad is really good about turning on, the gaslight, to get the fire under the ass, right? But, especially because the whole dynamic of what you're asking about with smoking, when you've got gas and fire, that's not good. Like, more energetically speaking, this is could possibly create some sort of blow up. And again, I don't really see, there might be some conflicting energy with you and Mickey, but at the ultimate heart of it, I see him choosing you over his father. If it's, you know, you and the kids have to go or the father has to go, he's going to choose you and the kids. So, you know, but I would say at the very least, speak this grievance or this, you know, situation out to Mickey. Let him know what's actually going on, what you actually said. So if his dad does come around and say, oh yeah, she like made me feel bad and I didn't mean it this way, and it's like, no, you talk to him about what's actually going on, and if his dad wants to spin it or gaslight, I mean, I guess that's what he's gonna do, but yeah, let's just see anything else Jamie needs to know moving forward. Yeah, on the back of the deck, this is just sitting there staring me in the face. So energetically, someone has to leave. Someone has to part ways. And this doesn't mean you won't ever talk to him again if that's the case, but it's going to come to that point where I won't say people are hating each other, but at the very least, you're going to see lots of true colors come out to where you're not going to, even when he does move on with his life, going to want to visit him or anything, because you know what he's capable of, you know, digging deeper and deeper and deeper to make these things happen. But let's get one more word of advice before we go. Anything else for Jamie dealing with this situation? This one and this one. Okay, so we have finger, warning of either a problem either now or in the near future. Yeah, again, this is pointing. And then look, shark, take care, there will be a loss of material wealth. So interesting. This could literally be him moving out, and then the material wealth, that quarter of the bills or the rent, is now no longer coming in, but the removal of the burden of the energy of having him there is actually well worth that loss of financial or money, right? Material wealth. But yeah, this is basically acting as a warning that, you know, he's smoking and we've got all this going on that, you know, this is kind of the beginning of the end in a way, but really that's a good thing for you. It's a good thing. It's just a matter of Mickey doing the right thing for his family instead of just trying to please his dad. So yeah, there you have it. Yeah, you don't want to put Mickey in a situation. He gets really upset. Yeah, I know. I totally get that. Yeah. But at the same time, think of it this way. He's also putting you in this precarious situation, having this very uncomfortable home life. It's not the best for either any of you three adults, and you know the kids can then pick up on the kind of animosity and resentment that's building. Like, it's not good for anybody in the house, really. So, you know, yeah. So, you know, he can sit there and say, well, you make me feel bad and this and that. It's like, well, I feel bad every day because he's here. So I can totally see Mickey's point, but I can totally see your point as well. And I'm sorry, but your point wins out. Just a little more, you know, because you're doing what's right for everyone. You're not trying to just please everybody enough to keep them, you know, stable, but really all you're doing is preventing an inevitable crash anyway. And things can just build and build and build to be much worse than they would have been if, you know, 4 months ago, 5, 6, 8 months ago, he had told his dad, you know, we love you. And, you know, if you need help, like we'll do our best, but you need to find your own place. Like, that probably should have, you know, I guess it should. There's no should in life, but, you know, that would have been the right move months and months and months ago. But the longer this is drug out, the harder and more resentment that's building, it's going to blow up. Again, I just keep seeing this big blow up of energy, which, again, could be a good thing because then things are moving forward and, you know, you can move on from there. But, you know, it'd be much better if everyone went their separate ways, you know, willingly, right? Yeah. You shouldn't have to. Aw, you're so welcome. Big hugs. This can't be a fun situation. So my heart does go out to you. Big hugs, Jamie. All right. So Marlene with a 1-card read is next. Oh, Florence has donated for a full read and a 1-card. Florence, okay, so add plus 1 card. Okay. There we have it. Let me copy that. Onation list. My thing says Onation list. I gotta copy the D over. There we go. Now it says donation list. There it is. All right. Bye, Jamie. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay. So Marlene says, hello, Amanda. Hello, Marlene. Welcome, welcome. I always have struggled with social anxiety all my life since I can remember. Is there any advice for me on this issue? Ooh, let's tune in. Tuning into Marlene's energy, guidance from her inner self, the best possible approach to, and advice on how to overcome this issue. Ooh, okay, wow. So this to me does feel like past life stuff that you've carried into this life, especially when you were like a young child in school and then going into middle school, high school. And these things kind of just start to build and build and build. And even if, things start out really well and there's really nothing external to you to point, like bullying or anything like that had happened and you're just like, well, why do I feel like this? A lot of times it's past life or just past conditioning that's been put on. But I see here with the Eight of Pentacles coming out with this question is you'll be able to overcome this with a lot of effort and work. And one of the biggest things I've been personally putting effort and work into is just setting intentions for everything, literally everything. And that is something you can even do with the social anxiety and just stress of having to communicate with other people, setting proper boundaries when, even before you leave the house, maybe even carrying like little stones or talismans in your pocket that kind of act as help, especially with, it's funny, I've got like a whole bunch of little, crystal trinkets here. But to me, the fact that I grabbed the citrine, the pure citrine here, this is, resonating with the solar plexus of confidence, of self-assuredness, of worthiness. And a lot of social anxiety does stem from not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, not feeling like we have anything to add to the conversation. And I'm right there with you. I've struggled for years with social anxiety. It's just since probably about 2016. It's funny. It's a kind of a weird paradox where I used to want to fit in, but I was very socially awkward in weird ways too. But once 2016 happened, I no longer cared as much about fitting in, but yet I was way more able to actually hold a conversation and not be as socially awkward. So it kind of, once I finally was able to show up in a better way for myself and whatever conversations were going on in public, I just didn't care to anymore. I didn't really care. So there might be coming some realization that everyone else probably most likely, and especially this is true in high school more than any other age range or time in our lives, where we think everybody's, hyper focused on all of our flaws and imperfections. And oh my God, did you hear the way she said that word? But really looking back and then just talking to people at my reunion and just kind of gaining that life perspective is everybody was hyper focused on their own shortcomings, their own insecurities. And yeah, maybe once in a while someone point out someone else's, but every single person from the biggest loser in the school, loser is a term I'm using as more, for the sake of argument, these people really are not losers, but biggest loser in the school to the most popular person in school, every single person has had like a kind of thing. And to me, this root cause is past life. And it is because you've lost your life in different ways in past lives that, have contributed to you feeling unworthy, or something you said in past lives actually quite literally got you killed. So there's that like soul remembrance in this life of, don't say the wrong thing, don't make the wrong move, because you can end your life. And it's like probably 99.99999% not going to happen in this life, but you carry that soul memory that just reverberates throughout your aura, your energy field. Let's get one more. Any kind of way that Marlene can get to the root of it? Well, just knowing that this is most likely past life. Yeah, someone is leaving your life. And because we're asking about this, getting to the root of this, you can heal this. This is something you can heal, again, by setting the intention, doing whatever kind of ritual, spell, meditation, spiritual practice for healing that you choose to do for yourself, to specifically target the social anxiety and to get it at the root, because the root is it's caused because of what you said or did in past lives got you killed because you did something a certain way. And now, again, you're afraid. You can get to the root of that and get it out of there. You can. But that might just be some soul searching, some journaling, some digging in, healing, doing some healing. Yeah, look, guaranteed success with the star. You can totally overcome this. And even, here's the weird thing, even when we've healed an issue like at the root completely, sometimes when the situation that would trigger that thing that needed healed would come up, we still kind of almost feel precarious in our new way of operating, even though that wound is no longer there, or we've healed it, or we've cleared it completely. We can still, take this kind of grace period or realignment period to get our new balance, our new bearings in the fact that this is no longer, think of someone who, this is just an example, someone who has cancer for years and years and years, and then they are told, well, you're cancer free. Okay, now you're a cancer survivor, but then so much of this person's identity for the past, 3, 4, 5, however many years was identified with being someone with cancer. Now you don't have cancer. You have to almost change your whole, how you see yourself and how you show up for yourself and what you think of yourself. So it's kind of a similar thing, because in a way it's almost like a cancer of the mind and psyche of not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough. So yeah, I remember being in kindergarten, not having friends. It's okay, I'm doing better, but I still struggle. I was somewhat of a loner at school. Yeah. And again, that might have been your protective, coat of arms, basically, to keep you safe from getting pointed out, being mocked, being ridiculed, which are still way shorter comings than actually losing your life because of something you said or did, like, in those past lives. But that was a protective mechanism. So yeah, and anyone, this really is universal knowledge coming through, not just to help Marlene, but to help any single person watching right now. You can utilize these tools from your inner self, that inner guidance that knows the truth that you aren't unworthy, that you are deserving of having, close-knit relationships and connections with people, and not having to feel socially awkward because of past this or past that. Yeah, we can all overcome this. And again, it starts with tuning in and setting very clear and proper intentions each and every time. And, that's the hard work, is just the effort of almost playing make believe or pretend in your head, setting these intentions. And the more you practice that, the more easy that becomes. And then the more easy the thing you're setting the intentions for becomes, to the point where you won't even have to set an intention anymore. It'll just be automatic. So it's probably definitely going to be something you're working diligently at with that 8 of Pentacles. That's working over and over and really putting it in and honing your skills to make this better. But the more you practice making it better and healing it, you're going to find your way out of it for sure. Yeah, I try hard not to be that way, but it's so out of character. Definitely have done my best to improve. Yeah, you're so welcome. Totally. All right, Amber is next. I'm not sure if Amber wanted to go last. I know she sometimes does. Let me know where you want to go in the lineup, Amber. Hello, Charisma, or Chrisma. That's how we say that. Maybe I might be still mispronouncing that. Hello, Mana. Oh my gosh, it just jumped. Let me scroll back up. Manasvi, I hope I'm saying that right. Hello, everybody. Oh, you want to go last? Okay, so Get to Leka will be next, and then Florence will be on deck. So I'm gonna update my list, double check we didn't get any other donations. Nope, we're still with Florence there. Updated list. Okay. All right, guidance from inner self and higher realm on what's coming in life and career and how to become my best version. I love it. All right, Get to Leka. Clearing the energy of the deck, tuning in to Get to Leka's inner self and higher realms. What is coming in life and career and how to become her best version. Okay. Ooh, well, there's some sort of raise, promotion, job, like money increase, generational wealth, generational connection, family life improving, really good things here. And also intuitive nudges to go in this direction or that direction, or to try this new thing. Trusting your intuition at this time is going to bring in a lot more abundance. And, abundance doesn't just have to be like material wealth. This can be gifts coming into you. This can be deeper connections with the people you love, especially emotional connections with people. This can be resources, guidance. I mean, wealth and abundance comes in many, many forms. But I see you're definitely bringing in also some, material abundance as far as money, an increase in the money or the financial flow. Could even be some sort of investment that's paying off more than you thought it would. But let's see. Yeah, I just saw the Wheel of Fortune as a couple cards flipped. But let's see anything else Get to Leka needs to know. What's coming in life and career. Ooh, this one flew. Okay, so it's very interesting. It kind of landed sideways. So this to me is kind of a forewarned is forearmed kind of energy of you knowing about these things in advance could completely make them or help you avoid them happening. And again, this feels like work. Actually standing up and speaking your truth at work, not letting people get one over on you, not letting people lie to your face, and calling them out instead. I mean, you don't have to yell at them or anything. You can be very gentle as you call them out, but not letting people get away with throwing others under the bus. And if you see something's wrong, then you say something. Like, that's the kind of energy. And just you standing firm in, I dropped a card, just you standing firm in what you know to be true, specifically at work, you can cut a lot of this conflict energy off at the head. And then we had the world card come out, so there might be some sort of travel coming up. And I think this has came out, both of these two cards, or at least the essence of the energy of big raise, job, promotion, more money, bonus, quite possibly, and also traveling, have both come up in a lot of your recent readings. So it just feels like more of the same, which is good. Going on some sort of trip, but also closing out some cycles. Let's see what's closing out. What cycles Getuleka is closing out. To me, I saw like the throat chakra is like, being able to speak your truth. Yeah, standing in your wisdom and in your authority, because a lot of people at work do see you as that authority figure. But a lot of people, I just heard too many cooks in the kitchen, almost like too many people have authority and they throw it around like they're the ultimate authority, when maybe, especially at certain times, you're the one that actually needs to give the green light or the go ahead, and other people are maybe signing on your dotted line instead of allowing you to be able to do that. And this could be someone at work that you've worked with in the past that's, or they've done something similar in the past. They've tried to throw you under the bus, or they've tried to hijack one of your projects, or they're maybe too involved with your project and you're just like, why is this person doing this? They might be trying to repeat this again. And this is you saying, no, we're not doing this, and being able to close that old cycle out. Something from the past coming back for you to be able to close that out. But let's tune into Getuleka becoming her best version. What does she need to know about this? Ooh, Ten of Swords. So you're releasing a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. I'm going to get a clarifier on what part of life this anxiety and stress might be about. Okay, so we have here Pale. Time to get out of a situation, and Scissors, disappointed in some affair. So you're, again, closing out something that's brought you a lot of despair, a lot of sadness, a lot of anxiety, stress, and worry. This could even just be, that workload. You're just having a lot of stress at work and the work environment, and being very intentional about letting go, about releasing that stress so you don't have to keep carrying it on your shoulders. And I just heard too, delegating. The Hierophant isn't going to cook the meal, clean the floor, make all the financial decisions and do all these things. No, this person they know what their strengths are, and then they delegate the things that, I don't want to put this as like a hierarchy, but the things that are maybe quote unquote beneath them. You're delegating the things that are beneath you so that you can use your time, effort, and attention in the things that most need your skill level, if that makes sense. And specifically at work, I see this as a cycle you're closing out at work, where you're doing the big things, you're doing the small things, you're doing the things in between. And instead of doing it all, you're delegating. Okay, maybe this person can do this person can do that, and I can focus my time, effort, and attention on the things that need my skill set, and being able to delegate a little better. That's how you're becoming your greatest version, is knowing that it's not beneath you, or it doesn't make you holier than thou or anything to delegate those tasks that someone else can do, so that you could really spend or utilize your time and effort working on the things that maybe are way beyond their skill set, so that you can get those things accomplished. And this could even be just in your personal life. And, I don't know if you have any kind of roommate situation or other people living with you, but if you did, maybe just splitting up different chores or tasks around the home with these people or person, and finding better ways to operate. If you are the only one that you live with, beside your birdies, just finding a more systematic approach to the daily grind of chores and going to work and coming home and having the downtime, and just finding better ways to operate within your schedule, I guess we could say. But let's see, anything else Getuleka needs to know about becoming her best version. Yeah, I just hear about letting go of sadness. And we have here Flag. Oh, yes, this goes exactly in alignment with what we were talking about. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. And this isn't just lowering standards to, appease everybody. This is lowering your standards and spending time on things that, you know, you could delegate. And even too, like if you do live at home alone, or if you do have other people that live there but they can't physically do these chores and you don't have the time to do them and they stress you out, this could look like you hiring someone to come in and do the cleaning or cooking, or, you know, if that's within your time and budget and all of that. So that could even just be an example, and you could figure out how this resonates specifically with your life. But don't lower your standards, and especially at work, how people are telling you one thing and you might think, no, I don't think that's true. I think they might be lying to me or trying to, you know, twist the truth or twist reality. But yeah, I just see you standing more in your authority. And this doesn't mean you have to become loud and overbearing. No, no, no. This is you being very firm in what you know to be true and who you know yourself to be. And that kind of confidence really starts to radiate out into your, you know, like your work environment, your home environment, just wherever you go. And people almost have this quiet respect for you that it's coming more from a subconscious level than something they're actively thinking about. And I just saw the Nine of Pentacles. Your hard work will pay off. So whatever it is you've been working really diligently on, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual, or any or all the above, you're seeing some big rewards come in from that as well. So keep going, setting very clear boundaries with people at work, at home, at everywhere, and setting those really clear intentions with what you're utilizing your energy for. That's going to be helping you step into becoming your greatest version. I love it. All right. Thanks again for your donation, Italeka. Okay, so Florence is next. We have a full card and a one card, and I think she already left her question. I almost said comment. Question in the comments. That's the way to say it. Okay. So let's go back up, Florence. Okay, so the one card read, she wants to know, I have been in a women's circle for almost a year. Is this group still in alignment? All right, let's tune into Florence's energy. And I have a feeling, just intuitively, if you're asking me this is most likely because something feels a little off, or you're not getting what you used to get out of it. Not to say it's completely out of alignment, but yeah, you might have been doing a lot of thinking lately, like, oh, I don't know. And I would say trust your intuition on this, but let's see, tuning into Florence's inner guidance. Yeah, it might be time to move on from this. And it's not to say these are bad people or they're doing bad things. No, it just might be that you've learned and experienced like the maximum of what you can learn and experience from these people. And now there might be another group that has even greater knowledge and wisdom that you could really learn some cool stuff from. But yeah, you might have even been telling yourself, yeah, everything's fine. But deep down, you know, something's slightly off, or maybe even it's just one person in the group that's kind of throwing off the energy. Do some kind of tuning in to see what really sparks for you, Florence, because I would say trust your intuition on this. But let's just get any other guidance for Florence on this situation with the women's group, if it's still in alignment, anything she needs to know. We got quite a few coming out. So bouquet, compliments from an admirer. This is letting me know that there's at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 people in this group that you really vibe with, you really enjoy, you resonate with them very well. And that might have been the couple of people that have basically kept you in this group. But there might have been one person or maybe more that you're just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that person. I don't know. They feel like, not like they're lying, but almost like they're bragging about themselves at times. We have here, well, family wishes come true. We have desk, pay attention to your work, and tower, solid foundation and success with effort. So I would say at the very least, you can make this group work, but it might take you getting to work and paying very close attention to what's actually going on. And maybe even if you do have some concerns with specific people, maybe talking, you know, not behind their back or anything, but, you know, just taking these concerns to other people in the group, if you have them, to see what they're feeling or if they're picking up the same thing. And, you know, sometimes you can kind of fleece out what's kind of off or what feels energetically off. But if you're not really feeling anything's energetically off, I would say that the foundation of this group is strong enough that you can still find success here. But again, I feel like at least, even if all the people are lovely, there's just something lacking where maybe you almost feel kind of dread or like, oh, I got to spend an hour talking with them, because you almost feel like that hour of time or however long it is you meet could be better used somewhere else. And again, not because they're bad, not because things are bad with the group. It's more that you're just really not getting anything out of it. But yeah, do some soul searching and really see for yourself what this means for you. But I would say most likely, eventually, if not now, eventually you're walking away from this. Or, on a boat, driving away from this. But all of the swords came out. Sword, sword, sword. So you've done a lot of thinking, or very soon will do a lot of thinking about this group to really get to the heart of why you're feeling things are off. Or if they're not off, it's just maybe not as fulfilling as it used to be. And yeah. And again, I do see you being able to find a new group that feels more in alignment. So yeah, I hope that resonated. Let's go up to Florence's other question. And then Amber is the last donation I have, I do believe. Yes. Okay. Take another drink of my water. Okay, so Florence's full question is, I'm planning to go to Bali end of February. I feel like the spirit of my mom guided me to go. Could you give me some guidance for this journey and how long I should go? I could go up to 2.5 months. Wow, that would be amazing. Okay, let's tune in. Let's first tune in just to the energy of this journey, some guidance, and just everything she needs to know about the trip, and words of wisdom or guidance coming in from Florence's inner self. Ooh, yeah, this could be a totally new opportunity. This could be kind of a life-changing, life-altering trip, or almost like a life before the trip to Bali and then life after. It looks so different, because this to me feels like a spiritual, not only just spiritual, but also like material world, physical, like upgrade to you coming as a result of you going on this trip. So let's see anything else Florence needs to know about her trip. Guidance, wisdom on her journey. Ooh, 5 of Swords. Yeah, you might have really been, yeah, look, with this combination, 4 to the 5. This trip might have come about as a result of a healing quest you've been on, or a lot of internal healing you've done, and you've really felt the call. This could even be healing your inner child, or really working with your inner child, and especially connecting to that energy of your mom. The really good memories, maybe the not so great memories from childhood, and doing that healing and, introspection about that is what has led you to this trip to Bali. Not to say that the trip will go off without a hitch, because I don't know any trip I've ever taken where everything went 100% amazing, 100% according to plan. But sometimes those weird little detours or delays, or, just not being able to get into the restaurant you wanted to, or, your, I don't know, hotel stuff didn't go exactly the way you wanted, will lead you exactly where you need to be. So if there is anything going on with little things not working out or going 100% according to plan, wow, there's a crow just cresting, just gliding on the wind out there. I love that. And then he finally flapped his wings. Caught my eye. So looking into the crow symbolism, which I know a lot of birds are messengers from spirit, so there might be a message from your mom in that crow symbolism. But just know that you're being led here for a reason, and it feels like a very spiritual purpose. Let's see anything else Florence needs to know about this trip to Bali. All right, we have here grapes. Time to go out and have fun. Again, really communing and communicating, having fun with that inner child energy. Totally drawn here because of your mother, and really doing that healing work from childhood. We have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. There just might be a couple of, like as they call them, NPCs, or, matrix people that you run into. I don't see any big major blow up or anything like that, but just maybe not everyone is as friendly as you were hoping. But at the same time, there are going to be some really friendly people as well. Again, specifically with maybe even if you're staying at a hotel or a little villa, or I'm not exactly sure where you're staying, but there might be someone loud next to where you're staying. And it's not that they're coming at you or being, arrogant in that way, but it's just they think they're entitled to just make as much noise as they want at weird hours of the night and stuff like this. Again, I don't see any danger in this. It's more just an annoyance for you than anything. Oh, you birds have been in your field lately. You've done a lot of healing. Yeah. Felt like a new group is waiting. Absolutely. And then we have here gavel, involvement with the law. Again, I don't see anything bad about this. This to me just feels like you're signing contracts or, purchasing the tickets, dotting all your I's, crossing all your T's, making your plans as solid as you can, even if things don't go according to plan. Having a plan, maybe even a backup plan, is best advice with this gavel, because to me this is like judgment energy and even justice energy as well. More specifically justice than judgment, but I do get a hint of judgment in there as well. We also have elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end, and that basically takes us back to the beginning, that yeah, this is gonna like be a whole new journey for you. Like your life before Bali and your life after Bali are going to be two totally different things, but for the better. Like this is such a healing time. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, if they have elephants in Bali. You might be petting an elephant or riding an elephant or, whatever it is with elephants or the elephant symbolism. And now I have major chills. So again, I have no idea if elephants are native to Bali or if they have them there, or, you've looked into elephant something or other. I don't know. But there's a reason this came out. So yeah, let's see. Let's get one more from this deck. Anything else Florence needs to know about her trip? And then we're going to get a timeline on, how long to stay and all that. Ooh, we have connections, partnership, contract, and commitment. And there's that contract with that gavel, involvement with the law. To me, that was more contracts than actual law stuff. But yeah, you might actually meet someone who you can do business with in some way in the future on this trip. Yeah, and then the number 29 here adds up to an 11, which is all about awakening. There's that judgment energy coming back in and just really tuning into your spirituality as a result of this trip. So let's tune in for a time frame. How long to stay? How long should Florence stay? And we'll see, days would be like swords energy. Weeks would be wands energy. And then cups would be 1 month, and then the last one would be pentacles, would be the longer term. Okay, so that's how I read time frames. If we don't get a clear time frame, I'll use the suit to kind of tell me if it's days, weeks, 1 month, or 2 months, or 2.5 months. Pentacles would be like the longest term of the stay. All right, pentacle energy. Yeah, well, we have swords here again. This to me doesn't feel like you're leaving Bali in days. No. It just might be you're staying somewhere for a few days and then you decide, oh, I don't know if this exact area is right for me. And then you travel, if it's across town or if it's somewhere else. It's meant to be, though. Again, those issues, those problems are leading to maybe even a past life connection, something you did in a past life, a place you were in the past life. But you, even though it might feel a little out of control, again, maybe with that loud person, or you just deciding last minute that, yeah, I don't really like this area, I don't feel safe here, or I don't, and again, there's no physical danger, so we don't have to borrow trouble, but just this kind of weird off feeling. And I think you're very intuitive, Florence, so you'll know if you feel anything off. If you do need to switch your plans and go, to another village or another whatever, you will have the prerogative to be able to do that, because really, ultimately, you're the one in control or in charge of what goes on here. But as far as time frame goes, I really do see you falling in love with certain elements of this place and staying at least a month, if not 2.5. Yeah, and it's funny because we have the Four of Swords coming back in as, to me, again, making sure you're taking time to rest and integrate all of the spiritual downloads that you're going to be getting on this trip. So yeah, I would say you're in charge of how long you stay, and you're going to use your intuition to know. Maybe if even you're kind of doing a couple days over here, a couple days over here, a week here. Wow, I really love this place. I'm going to spend a whole month here. You're kind of just, even if you do make plans, again, I see those plans, with this one coming out this way, kind of shifting, kind of changing a little bit. But it's like you're here for it. It's almost like destiny is leading you to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. It just feels magical, really. Again, not that it's going to be completely free of hiccups, but look what's on the back of the deck. Justice. So yeah, you're going to see this was well worth the trip, well worth the time, well worth any kind of inconvenience or mix-ups, or just the good news is for sure you're not traveling during Mercury retrograde. So the weird little misunderstandings and miscommunications and flight delays and that kind of stuff might not probably be that prevalent. So yay, that's good. All right, Florence, I wish you just such a beautiful and magical trip. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. Hermit energy. Learn a lot about yourself and just life and what this means. What am I here to do? Like that life purpose energy is going to really raise its head for you in such a beautiful way this time during the trip. Ooh. And then older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. You might meet an older woman that becomes a lifelong friend on this trip. And she may there also be a tourist or a traveler who is very spiritual herself. And I just got chills down the whole left side, like from crown all the way down my leg. So feminine energy, left side of the body. And yeah, and this to me does feel like that elderly woman energy. So, you know, and elderly, I mean, I guess technically that's above age 55, which is like, I guess I'm at 40, I'm middle-aged, and in 15 years, I will be elderly. Like that to me blows my mind. Wow, time is weird. Yes, oh, that reading gave me goosebumps. It was so on point and so helpful. You are so welcome. So have so much fun. I'm just so excited for you. It's so cool. All right. Okay, I missed some comments. So, oh my God, I seriously just got sent here. I was reading a book and a voice just told me to find your page, book a reading, and you're live. Well, hello, Shania. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, there's a couple ways you can do a reading with me. We could do one here live. I, can answer whatever questions. There's a donation link in the description below or pinned at the top of the chat. Or I also do one-on-one Zoom interaction readings and also private readings that aren't like on a live stream, but you don't have to be there for them. I just film them basically. So you have a few options. And if you would like, I can send you the, if you're not going to do just here on the live, I can send you my pricing and whatnot through email, which I will write my email. Let me just copy. Well, I guess Amber's the last on the list here, but it's just amanda@donePhotoDesign.com. I actually have a new website coming sometime this year. I'm not even started on it, not even thought what I'm putting on it, but I have a new also email address that I'm going to be moving over to with all of my more woo-woo business stuff very, very soon. And by very soon, I mean by the end of the year. So we got time. But for now, my old photography website email is going to work. Totally. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to have you. All right, and Amber is the last on my list thus far, unless Shania decides to do a live stream reading here today. Yeah, 1111 for one card. They're usually basically, I try with a one card read to stay anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes, but usually they're closer to 6 to 7 minute readings, but who's counting? And yeah, and then a full reading is anywhere usually from 5 to 10 minutes, and sometimes 15 or more if we really go all in. But yeah. All right, so Amber, I'm gonna go get your question read out of the chat, or out of the email, I should say. All right. So that was Get to Leka's question. I got it down. One more. Okay. So Amber says, I've been having digestive issues since I finished my healing sessions in October 2022, but since the last 2 weeks, it has become bad. It triggers my migraine. Oh no, yeah. And last weekend I had it for almost 5 days. Since yesterday, it's become too much. I have major acid reflux with horrible chest pain, throwing up as well. Similar issues in 2018 where I thought I had to become lactose intolerant. I did start having egg whites since December, just to get some protein in. What is happening? This is a cleanse. Oh, is this a cleanse, a purge, or just physical issues due to diet? I am tired of being sick all the time. I would love to get some guidance, please, from our true source creator spirit. Yes. Oh, big hugs, Amber. It's just one thing after another. You just keep getting hit with stuff. Big hugs. So we're going to tune in. I feel like we're going to go to this deck. So we're going to get to the bottom of this. And of course, I'm not a doctor. This not medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. All the, disclaimers that I got to put up. So we're just going to tune in energetically and spiritually specifically. And of course, usually that'll lead us to an idea of possible, guidance for how to overcome this or what you need to do or could do to help. Oh, you've been getting judgment from your light seers for your issue. Very interesting. Let's tune in. Yeah, I do feel there's a very spiritual root. Ooh, yeah. My priestess, can we get more spiritual than her? Probably not. Maybe the judgment card. Yeah, but very spiritual root. And I think a lot of this is, I just heard the word psychosomatic. And a lot of times when that comes in, it's our like guilt or shame or negative emotions will physically manifest in the body as physical issues. So yeah, technically it's spiritual, but it's also very physical. It feels very physical. So this is you letting go, releasing, and a lot of times too, I just heard too cytokine storm, and I don't even know what that means, but I think it has something to do with healing, and I think it's spelled like, that's probably not. I don't know. Let me look it up. I'm just gonna Google what that means. I hear random stuff sometimes, and I've heard it before, but I don't know what it means. So I'm looking it up. Cytokine storm. I want to know what it means. Oh, okay. Cytokine storm. So, a severe immune reaction in which the body releases too many cytokines into the blood too quickly. Cytokines play an important role in normal immune response, but having a large amount of them released in the body all at once can be harmful. Wow. And especially this was done when you were doing all these healing sessions. And, when we're healing energetically and quantumly, that there's also a physical, reverberation or domino effect that happens. So I'm having a feeling that this healer might not have been, I guess, well versed in the physical retaliation or repercussions of the healing energy, and that just could be well. And again, not that she tried to hurt you in any way or that what she did caused this. It's just maybe all of what was tried to heal. Yeah, maybe it cleared spiritually. I would say it probably didn't, just because of all the issues you're still having emotionally and mentally as well, with just, oh, you've got so much going on. I just want to give you the biggest hug. So I have a feeling some of this healing that was done, and two, like what I'm seeing in my head is like a metal detox. When you detox heavy metals from your body, if you don't completely get them out, they will almost make you worse, make you sicker. So I have a feeling, at least energetically, that then led to physically, that could have been what happened. Let's see any words of wisdom or advice for Amber to get this cleared out without creating any other kind of cytokine storm. Or Herxheimer is another kind of reaction when you're detoxing or healing. If you do too much too fast, which that just might have been it, is this healer wasn't, again, I'm not trying to dog her or say she didn't know what she was doing, because I think she does. But what I'm seeing is maybe she didn't realize that maybe you need to take things a little slower or heal more in segments or chunks rather than trying to heal so much at once. Because a lot of times when our body's trying to detox too much and we still have all the toxins in the body, it's releasing some, but there's a whole bunch of them have been brought up out of the shadows and darkness. It becomes a Herxheimer reaction. So yeah, there's a lot of detox words coming in, with the metal detox, the cytokine storm, the Herxheimer reaction, all of this. But let's see any guidance for Amber to really get these physical symptoms out. Yeah, you're going to be able to. And what I see with this is you setting intentions and just really taking it easy. You might even have to do, because your digestive tract is so maybe even just backed up with physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic toxicity right now, is to do what they call an elimination diet and just try to get your gut health back in order. Because really think of it, even our intuition and our spiritual connection, if they can, fill us with all these toxins and chemicals and stuff, it totally affects our connection to spirit, our connection to our inner self, to God, by getting our gut health so off track. And this is about getting that gut health back in check, back in order. Yeah, it'll go off balance. And I will notice this for myself when I'm, going a little too far off of what I know is best for my body. And then I got to rein it back in and not like start all over, but I got to just really put those proper boundaries and intentions. And, cravings are real, cravings are real. But yeah, a lot of this is, especially this lets you know though, Amber, you are a very powerful spirit being here incarnated, dealing with all of this. And they, the controllers, the matrix, whatever you want to call this, is working overtime to keep you basically sick all the time so you can't reach these beautiful gifts and start making changes and differences on this planet. So just, I guess you can rest in that knowledge that you are so powerful that you're being bombarded from all sorts of directions. And you will be able to overcome this. And look, this one flipped. The star. You're going to be able to overcome this. And especially this comes after the tower, which I would say your life has been one big long tower moment for a minute now. So, and it's very interesting, almost like there's a storm brewing up here. But look how much power she has over what's actually happening now that she realizes her power. Yeah, you got that feeling in December, more so yesterday, as if I was attacked for sure. Absolutely. And it happens to me all the time with my migraines. A lot of those are targeted entity attacks and just major spiritual warfare that I didn't even want to be a part of, but here we are. So let's just see if there's anything you can do. I just keep hearing setting intentions, and doing your due diligence, taking action to get your gut health back in order will get you back on track at least 90% of the way back. So maybe even doing that elimination diet and, clearing out all the nasty toxicities and bad bacteria. And, especially, I don't know if you've had to take any antibiotics lately, but those things are inundated with energy weapons and bioweapons, and it's not good. It's not good at all. But so many of us have had to take antibiotics for things. But antibiotics, they will kill not just the bad infection going on in your body, but also all the good bacteria in your gut, gone, obliterated. So that's why getting that gut balance back in check, especially those that have been on antibiotics. Yeah. And that's about when things started going haywire for you. So we're not trying to blame the healer. It's just almost like the cytokine storm. The perfect storm was brewing at the time to just really have things go off the rails. So it's about getting that good bacteria back and, using the prebiotics and the probiotics. But again, if your gut health is so out of whack, doing prebiotics and probiotics really isn't even going to touch or benefit you in any way. So it's about getting that gut health, just doing your research. I know there's a lot of, not just a plethora of information out there, but a lot of even dueling information or information that goes against, one protocol says to do this, and then another protocol says to do the exact opposite. So this is where your best intuitive hit is going to help you go in a direction. And I have a feeling that once you start down this road, it's probably going to take at least 4 months. That's what I'm seeing. But, you're here for the long haul. You're here to serve this big mission, and you're not giving up. So prebiotic, you can Google that. It would probably be way better at explaining everything that goes into it. But any biotic, these are basically little bacterias that are, they're good. They're good. And we need these bacterias to be in good balance in our gut and our digestive systems to, keep everything running smoothly. So yeah, looking into prebiotic, probiotic, elimination diet, what else? Just all of these things can really help. Only potato, or eating only potatoes with no antacids. But right now, how do I go ahead without any acid at all? Yeah, I know. And this is just where maybe even process of elimination will come in, or I just heard Ayurveda. If you have any Ayurvedic practitioners in your area, I would say that would probably be your best bet, is to meet with an Ayurvedic practitioner to get you a game plan, because just us trying to figure these things out a lot of times, or I think Western medicine has its place, with the emergency room system. If someone's got like a broken arm or an emergency, I absolutely see a place for the Western medicine system. But for the most part, I call it the death care system, because they're not really looking for cures. They're looking to put band-aids on gunshot wounds. So I wouldn't suggest going to any kind of Western medicine, anything to do with gut health, because they'll, especially if you start talking parasites, they will try to admit you to like a psych ward, which is, that in and of itself is crazy to me. Yeah. there's a lot going on. And even just bringing parasites into it, a lot of times antibiotics will clean out all that good bacteria that keeps the parasites at bay, and you might just have this big parasitical overrun. So looking into parasites, of course, don't ever ask a Western medicine doctor about parasites, or they will write you into the loony bin, basically. They try to pretend these things aren't happening and they don't exist. But yeah, Ayurvedic doctors or medicine would be the very best approach from what's coming through. Let's just see if there's anything else Amber can do. All right, boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goal. And you're literally the boots on the ground here to have to face this problem at the root cause. You're not putting band-aids on gunshot wounds by going to one specific doctor over another to just get some sort of thing that kind of makes the symptoms go away. But the problem's still very much there. It's just masked. Almost feels like it's not there. It still is, though. So it's about getting to the root and kicking out everything that's causing these issues. And then, with the peacock, beware of great pride. And to me, this just feels like ego, like you feeling like, oh no, this can't be the case. And just kind of checking your ego out of the way. Like, no, I'm doing what's best for me, even if it looks like I have to do this or this or this. Let's get one more. Any guidance or wisdom for Amber? Okay. Ooh, we have the healing heart, love, acceptance, and romance. So I'm really honing in mostly on the word healing, but also this is to me self-love. And it's very interesting, this healing heart. You would think, oh, green energy, heart chakra energy, but this is more solar plexus energy of the gut. Healing the gut is what's going to help you close out this cycle to get back into like balance and to be able to love and accept yourself and have this zest for life that might have been missing for you since October. And very interesting, because in October is when Mars went retrograde. And Mars, I've never read this anywhere or seen anyone talk about it, but I'm getting this major feeling that Mars might rule, if you had to do any kind of astrology breakdown, that Mars might rule parasites. And, because if you think about it, Mars is like the warrior, it's the attack. And what do parasites do? They basically attack a system. So wherever Mars was transiting, it should still be in the exact same house that it went retrograde in back in October. That's going to tell you a lot about what's going on here, especially if it's your 7th, 8th, or 9th house that not Mercury. If I said Mercury, I did not mean Mercury. I meant Mars. When Mars went retrograde, either in your 7th, 8th, or 9th house, because those are below what we see, really. Even 6th house, obviously, 6th house is about healing, but I'm not really feeling that that's exactly what's going on here, but it could be. It could be. Yeah. Okay. So I hope that resonated. Yeah. Oh, it's in your ascendant with Virgo. Okay. So your Mars is in your ascendant with Virgo. Virgo is the natural 6th house of health. So that would have so that would make Taurus, which is, at least in Vedic astrology, that's where Mars went retrograde and has been for a total of 6 months by the time it's out. So Taurus would be your 9th house, right? Maybe 8th cusp if you're doing Western astrology. Let me know. But that's where it's transiting, because I was seeing the Mars transit. So yeah. All right. So we're getting donations. I'm gonna go to the next question. But I hope that resonates. I hope it at least gives you a starting point to try to unpack exactly what the heck is going on here, because it does feel like a lot. It doesn't feel like it's just one thing. And it's, again, I don't want you to feel that healer did more harm than good. I don't see it that way. It's just, it might have been a catalyst to bring some of these things up, but really these things needed to be brought up so they could be dealt with anyway. So if anything, it was a gift that things went off the rails with the health stuff because of this healing, because it's pointing out even more that needs to be addressed. So, all right. So let's just see. So we've got Shania with a 1 card, and then Brianna with a full read, and I want to say that's Pika Lee, but it cut off her name, so I'm going to double check. Yeah, Pika Lee! All right, so I'm going to update the list, and Shania, you can go ahead and post your question. We'll get right into it. Okay, and she's got her question out. Perfect. So then that leaves us with B, Bree, and Lee. Hey, that rhymed. And those are both full readings. Shania is a one-card read. I hate my job and it's affecting my health. I have so many things I'd like to do, but I'm so scattered. I'm stagnant. I can't settle on any. How do I move forward? Where do I head? Okay, I'm going to get my life purpose oracle. It is such a great indicator of, let's see, where is it? It's over here. It's on the bottom of these stacks. Let me move these off of here. Okay. This is a great one for figuring out one's direction in life and, yes, purpose. Specifically one that will fill you with purpose. Got hair on me. Always got hair on me. All right. You have a wonderful weekend as well, Amber. Take care of yourself. I hope you find some answers with all that's going on with your health. Okay, that's too many. We do have protected coming out though, Shania. Tuning into Shania's energy. Yeah, I can go ahead and timestamp this for you. So we're at 1:25:24. Where is my paper? I'm going to write it on that. Okay. Okay, so I will timestamp. That will be left as a comment. So if you do have to leave, no worries. Okay, so her job. She hates her job and she has so many things she wants to do. She's scattered. I'm stagnant. I can't settle on any. How do I move forward? Where do I head? Okay. Ooh. So it might be having something to do with family, but we did also get that protected card coming out. You are safe and supported while you change your career. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. So whatever you do, I think you will have support of your friends and family. Can we get a specific on maybe a life path direction for Shania to go? Ooh, we have oracle cards. So it says you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others through oracle cards. So I don't know if you had ever planned to do any kind of readings for people, but you would be very talented at it. At the very least, you could get some discernment in your future by utilizing cards for yourself or, like getting readings like what you're doing here. But I want specifically for Shania moving forward. Sensitivity, yeah, you're using your spiritual gifts in some way or in some capacity. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're in a spiritual career because you could be working the McDonald's drive-through and still be very tuned into your spirituality and spreading the love through the drive-through window. It doesn't mean that you have to become a tarot reader or a palm reader or anything like this, an energy healer. Although, if those things resonate with you, you definitely would be in alignment to do a job like this. It says you're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. And I always call this my psychic card. So, utilizing your psychic gifts, even again, if you're working somewhere that doesn't feel very spiritual, you can find a way. And I would say even where you're at right now, you hate this job. It probably is energetically feeling very off or very negative to you, very toxic in some way, but just know that you are protected as you go on this job search. And a lot of times a job search will start within us before we go out and start applying or, hitting the, pavement, pounding the pavement, trying to find a new place to work. Because a lot of times if we don't have an idea of where that might be, we got to do a little bit of soul searching. So doing some journaling, doing some tuning in that way can help you, because I think there are so many different things you would be talented at. Spirit's not going to give you just this direct answer of be this exact thing. And, it's for you, I think, to figure out more than anything. But this is letting you know you have the ability, you have the wisdom and the power to be able to do whatever you set your mind to. It's just, what do you want to be when you grow up? Figuring that out is going to be a big step in the right direction. And just for your information, I still at 40, almost 41, don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So you're not alone. All right, for Shania. Ooh, we have love. Very interesting because we have the love in the family. So I don't know if you are married or you do have a partner that could support you with a job transition to where you're not having to just jump from one job into another job you don't necessarily want, but just because you have to pay bills. But if that is your case, that you do have to, just kind of find something to get you by until you figure out your forever life or your, at least longer term job, at the very least, you do have the support and love of those in your life as you make these jumps or transitions from one job to another. Let's see if we can get any other guidance for Shania possibly making a job transition and what that might look like. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time, and Star, guaranteed success. So yeah, you're definitely just looking for a job that feels more lighthearted, more fun, more creative, more inspiring than where you're currently at. Again, though, I have a feeling that you need to maybe do just a bit of soul searching to really figure out what is it I would love to do. What kind of job front would I love to go to every day? What would I want my coworkers to act like? And just almost kind of daydreaming this position or this job into reality is kind of how it feels. Is sometimes we don't know what we want until we start kind of digging around, and usually it starts with us knowing what we absolutely don't want. That's a step in the direction of what we do want. Even if we don't know what we do want, my best advice for everybody out there is just start knowing what you don't want, because then you can, put those away, and then tune into, what about this? I don't know. I've never thought about that, but now I'm thinking about it, yeah, probably focusing more so now on what I don't want. Yeah. And, not focusing on it so much that you're like, I hate that, I hate that, I hate that. But more as like a fact-finding mission. Like, I don't like that. I absolutely hate that on this, and without having an emotional charge to it. But it's basically giving you information. Like, yeah, I'm definitely not going that direction. Not going that direction. Not going that direction. I'm going to go this direction. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on this, but I'm going to go in this direction and just see what I can uncover. So that's kind of, you're in a very curious fact-finding state, at least here in the near future. And that is going to be an amazing breeding ground for you to discover what it is you want to do. Instead of just hearing it from some tarot reader on the internet telling you exactly this job on this day. It's more fun, though, when we can discover these things from inside of us anyway. And it's usually when we have this deep knowing about something, and then, you go to a tarot reader or a friend is talking to you, and they spark that thing within you that lights you up or validates that thing on the inside to be true now on the outside. Like, yeah, that's what I'm going to be. I can do that. So I think you'll come to a point here in the next month or two where you've been doing all this fact finding and trying to, soul search and figure out that something will spark. Something will spark here in the next month or two. I overthink. Oh, agree. I overthink it, though. It's been 6 years of me being stagnant. Yeah. I think within a month or two, because you're setting very proper and very intentional intentions. I know that's redundant. But you're setting a lot of intentions to find what's meant for you. Even if you don't know what that is, you're setting these intentions that I know what's meant for me. And not saying I'm finding what's meant for me, because that lets you know you don't have it. It's there. It's in there. It's already in there. So just reminding yourself every single day and tuning in to your own inner self and say, I know what's meant for me. I know what's meant for me. And pretty soon, not just on the inside, but up in your mind as well, you will know what's meant for you. Yeah. So don't give up. Keep looking, keep searching, keep journaling, keep looking on the inside, because something will spark for you. And even if it looks like a long road ahead of you, at least you have a destination. That's part of the fun, is the journey anyway. So yay. All right. Yeah, we wish you nothing but the best of luck in your search for whatever it is you are looking for a job. All right. So up next we have Brianna, and then on deck, we've got Pika Lee. So, and I'm going to double check that we didn't get any other donations. And that looks like that is what we've got. And Brianna has put her question over on PayPal, so we will head over there. Oops, dropped my pencil. And heading over now. Okay, quick drink of water. Okay, so Brianna wants to know a message regarding the group I collaborated with yesterday and what the future holds for me as an artist performer. Ooh, love it. Let's go back over here to the camera view. All right, so Brianna, message for the group. Ooh, yeah. So moving forward, this might have been a big step for you. Going back to your question specifically, this collaboration in the group and this might have been in the planning for a while, and then it finally was executed. It finally happened, and even if there were room for improvement or whatever, it just kind of gave you a taste of, oh wow, this could be the beginning of something really cool in my life. And that's the feeling I get is you've taken the first step on this major journey for yourself. So yeah, I would say for the group and the collaboration that happened yesterday, it's a huge step. You're like, huge, yes. This is a huge step in the right direction for you. Even again, if this one little thing that you did, or if it was big, then the big thing that you did um, doesn't lead anywhere directly. It's basically acting as that like excited, energetic catalyst to book some other gig or to do some other thing or to go in this direction or that direction. Again, it's a jumping off point because this is all about the journey, not just the destination, but it's giving you a much clearer direction to go in, that's for sure. So let's tune in specifically what the future holds for Brianna as an artist and a performer. Ooh, yes, you have taken your leap of faith. You are ready to put yourself out there. And again, you might be at the beginning of this, and not to say you're a complete beginner, because I think you've been training and putting the effort in lots of ways for years and years and years. But this is, to me, feeling like the beginning of a new journey into actually making certain dreams a reality for yourself. Whether, whatever success looks like to you, if you're a singer, for example, are you a singer in just local coffee shops and maybe selling your songs on Spotify, or are you Miley Cyrus? Like there's huge, and one person, the coffee shop singer, could feel that that's a major success in her life, and she may be just as talented, if not more talented, than a Miley Cyrus or a someone else. And it's funny because that new Miley Cyrus song, I think, is just playing everywhere. And I have not actually listened to it or tried to listen to it in any capacity, but it's just everywhere that I've heard enough of it that it's now stuck in my head. But it is kind of a song of empowerment. So I'll give it that maybe you're just feeling this empowerment because of this new leap of faith you've taken. Very interesting, these examples that come through. But let's see. Ooh, the lovers. So if you're not coupled with someone, this journey might actually lead you to a soulmate / twin flame kind of, divine masculine counterpart for you. But at the very least, at the heart of the lovers card, this is about a major life choice, a decision that could change the course of your life for the better. And this is not something you're taking lightly and just leaping into. This is something I think you've been planning and plotting for years. Even if you didn't know the exact direction, you've had a grasp of the essence of this in your life. And again, too, if this doesn't have to do with your actual love life, this is about falling in love with a life, making a major decision that is going to help you love your life. Yeah, you felt it, like the undercurrent of it throughout most of your life. You felt it. Yes. Let's see, anything else Brianna needs to know about her future. Yeah, it's going to come as a choice. And it's very interesting that you might have to, and I don't know if sacrifice is the right word, because it's not like you're really giving up a lot, but you might have to take time from certain other projects to invest in whatever you decide to do. That's really how I'm reading this. And maybe even certain people in your life aren't in full agreement of it. And again, it has nothing to do with you being talented or not talented or anything like this. It's just not a choice they would have made. So they're projecting it onto you. So just be very aware of who's talking to you, if they're projecting their own fears or challenges into what you're choosing, or, maybe even preempting this by canceling it out by not telling a lot of people your plans. If you feel like, not hiding certain things from certain people, you can tell them, but I don't think everybody needs to know your plans. So only allow those that you feel are in your inner circle and have your best interests and want you to be happy. Only let those people in on your plans. Let's see, as far as the future for Brianna as an artist, performer. Yeah. Again, about falling back in love with life, and loving what you do is so important in life, whether it's a hobby, a job, a career, a relationship. It's best if we love what we do rather than feel resentful of it or drag our feet in the direction of it. And with this combination, this is like love life. Love physical romantic love coming in hot. So yeah, if you don't have someone in your life, someone might be coming in as a result of this path that you're on as an artist or a performer, or someone that they themselves are an artist or a performer too. Okay. Let's just see any other further wisdom or guidance for Brianna. Your heart was resuscitated. I love it. So we have pineapple, reconciliation, and it's very funny because I think, and don't ask me how I know this, I think it's just internet memes and whatnot, but the upside down pineapple is like a token or a symbol or indication of swingers, like partners swapping partners kind of thing. Again, I have no personal knowledge of that, so don't even go there. But this to me feels like a reconciliation. Doesn't mean necessarily that you're reconciling for someone with someone from your past, although if that's a hope of yours, it's a possibility or a potential here. But at the very least, I'm seeing this as a reconciliation of someone who you used to have romantic encounters with in a past life, or possibly past in this life, but probably more past life. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So not only are you reconciling masculine energy, romantic connection, quite possibly with this path of an artist, you're making deep friendships with other females, soul sister energy. And then we're asking about your future as an artist performer. We have Tower, but in this case, it's good. Look, solid foundation and success with effort. So yes, again, you're gonna have to put in a lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and effort, but it's going to be so worth it because each one of those tears is watering the garden of what you're trying to create. It's beautiful. Again, it's with effort though. You know, any good thing in life that's worth having is worth the effort for sure. So I don't see you having any problem putting in that effort and work. It's just about setting proper intentions and knowing where you want to go, and not maybe the physical steps involved or the exact what everything looks like, but the feeling that you want to bring with you. That's what you really want to tune into and really, you know, try to resonate with, is the feeling you want to feel in life. So yeah, beautiful reading. I would say you have quite a beautiful future. Again, it's about determining what success means to you specifically, whether this is fame and fortune, or if your success just looks like you know, performing in smaller scale, but still bringing in enough money to, you know, build a home, build a family, have a legacy. I mean, success looks different for each of us. There are certain people on the planet that would rather die than be famous because they just need their privacy. They need their like hermit time, and that would be me. So I almost at times feel like the things I want and the things I don't want are the same at times. It's like, yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool to, you know, be a big YouTuber or something, but I don't think, and I don't really want that like on a grand scale. I want to be able to go to the grocery store. Not that I do much of that right now. My husband does all the grocery shopping, thankfully, but I just want to be able to be free enough in life that I can go where I want and not have people, and people stare enough just because of the hair, but I don't want them to stare because they actually know who I am and, you know, all of that. I say it's the hair. My husband says it's the energy. I don't know. Maybe it's both. But everywhere I go, I'm just like, especially like older men. I don't know what it is. Yeah. See, and I'm the same way. I'm extremely private. I'm not that guy that's sharing every little thing I do on Facebook. Like, if anything, I keep everything to myself on Facebook. The place I share the most about my life anywhere ever is with you guys right here. Like, so whatever little nuggets of whatever it is I'm sharing that you guys hear, you're hearing the bulk of everything. I'm not active on Instagram hardly. I'm not at all active on Facebook. It's either in person or right here with you guys, or the other place would be Patreon. That's where we can really let our hair down. But I'm on pause on Patreon right now just because I'm a little overwhelmed with trying to juggle all the different hats I'm wearing in my business. So I'm sure it'll make an appearance again, but just for now, I've got that on pause. Oh, you might have to go for work, but your question is in PayPal. Okay, well, I will timestamp yours, Pika Lee. I'm actually going to write that down right now, Pika Lee. And we're timestamping for 1 hour, 43 minutes, 30 seconds. And we're going to get into your question. And that will be the last question, unless we do get a donation sneaking in at some point during Pika Lee's question, just so I can go have some lunch and have time to get everything I needed to get done here before I go pick my kids up from school. So let's head over to PayPal, email, Lee. Hi, Amanda. I've been feeling real good lately, and I'm curious if my true spirit guide, source, higher self, or ancestors have any messages for me. I'm not sure whether to focus on love or career, job. So, whatever spirit source feels is most important to say, I'm all ears. I love it. Okay. I'm glad things are going well for you. That's amazing to hear. Okay, we're going to go to this deck. So, tuning in for Pika Lee. Woo. We got some good stuff, like very exciting, fast moving energy. If you missed the collective reading at the beginning, there might be some messages there because very funny. I'm like, the Eight of Wands came out, and then look, the Eight of Wands. Of course, it was a different deck in the collective, but yeah, check the collective reading if you missed it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Wow, so much came through, like this whole stack. But we're just gonna get, I don't know, these ones. Okay, there we are. Okay. So, and I did see the Ace of Swords under there. I felt that's your energy as well. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm putting these back the right direction, and I was not. There. Okay. So we've got a nice little story to tell here. So yeah, you're getting clarity on something, major mental clarity coming in, Pika Lee, for just the direction you want to go, and purpose, passion, just really feeling like inspired in life. This combination is such clarity, such clear direction and purpose. And wow, this is like jealousy inducing clarity from, if people knew how together you're coming into, they're going to be jealous of it. It's so good. Specifically with overcoming things from the past, or even reuniting with people from your past. Could be a friend, could be a love interest, could even be from past life. When this comes out, and we've got the purpose card of Eight of Wands. This could be past life indication as well. With the Judgment here, just spiritual evolution, just learning more about your own self on a deeper spiritual level. And then Hierophant, but he's not very traditional in this deck, so I'm glad I used this deck. This is about taking control of the direction of your life, moving ahead, moving forward. And it's very interesting. I don't know if you've recently had any dreams about going up or down stairs, but that's what I'm seeing is maybe this is just more meaningful of a subconscious thing. But if you have any dreams, or have recently had any dreams, or even if you just think to your past of all the dreams you've ever had, if there are any clear that you can remember the details of any dreams where you were walking up or down stairs, and trying to remember everything you can about that dream, or if there's been multiple dreams, just remembering whatever you can about it. It's telling you a lot about where you're going in life. Of course, we could just take the straight up path or the more spiraled path. And this to me feels like the more natural path for most of us is, and it's very cyclical. It's like a cycle, right? Let's start this way and come out. But of course, that's when we're hit with the same obstacles, the same problems, the same argument, the same. But really, yeah, we're coming back around to it, but it's more like, the spiral staircase than just a circle that we're never getting off of, because you're coming around, and every time you come around to the same problem, the same argument, the same cycle, you have that past clarity coming in to support you, to help you move through it. So especially if there are people from your past that you are reconciling with, whether in this life or past life, you have a deeper understanding of who they are and what they're here to teach you, and these kind of things. It's a very spiritual path you're walking right now. It's beautiful. Even if you haven't felt overtly spiritual, sometimes just getting lost in mundane life can be the most spiritual thing we can do for ourselves. Not taking ourselves so seriously all the time. It's very funny. I don't think I even meant to grab another tarot deck, but here she is. So yeah, collaboration, really upping your game. Maybe you are acting as a mentor to someone, or you're feeling like someone is a mentor in your life. This could be at work, or even just in personal life, doing things for fun, getting together with a group of friends to do some sort of like creative day, or like what I'm seeing is like that, at least in my area, it was like called painting with a twist. I don't even know if they still do it, but what you would do is you and like a girlfriend or a couple, like a group of like soul sisters, would get together, and then you would go and book this thing with the painting with a twist, and you would you would all know what you were painting, and you would follow the instructor, and then they would serve like wine and stuff. So it was like a fun gathering, and you got to hang out. And unwind and do something creative, even if you're not doing something as formal as going somewhere, maybe just getting together with, close friends to just do something crafty or fun or creative, not just gossiping or watching movies, but like where you're each working on your own thing or doing something fun, so that's kind of where you're headed or what you're doing with that. All right, let's get one more. Anything else? Oh, we have some like limits, or not, I guess I don't know if limits is the right word. Like prices for the readings, Kristen. Up at the top, I have pinned here in the chat or in the description to buy yourself a one card read or a full reading. So you might want to check the pricing, and the pricing for Super Chat for a full reading is $30, and for a one card read, I think it's $15, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can check that if you're so inclined. All right. So what else does people need to know? All right. Magnetism through gratitude and evolve into your complexity. Again, yeah, this is like the evolution of your soul. Again, just, coming maybe back to the same kind of answers or the same arguments, the same energy, but having that new wisdom to back it up, or maybe the old wisdom from the last thing to back it up to make a different choice or something like this. But you're just uncovering deeper layers of yourself. And then the magnetism through gratitude is just about, feeling the love, feeling the connections with people. And that feeling is going to help rise you into more feelings like that, that like attracts like energy. So yeah, I just see things are just going to be good for you for a while, which is nice to hear. I would love to hear some of that in my life. That would be amazing. So yeah, I would just say keep doing what you're doing, following your intuition, diving into any spiritual practice or even just kind of mundane world practice, and getting together, gathering with friends, hanging out, feeling the love. I mean, these all feel like really good energies you've got coming in. So yeah, and then we add on the back of the deck, hard work paying off with that Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, something you might have invested a lot of time and effort into might be paying off. Could even literally be an investment, like a financial investment that you've put in, and now you're seeing that pay back a lot. Stocks or bonds, or I don't know, whatever financial stuff you might have going on. Maybe even a big bump to your 401k or something like this. So exciting. All right. So that is the last donation I have. So we are going to wrap it up here. I will be back though on Wednesday. That will be, what day is that? Well, I know it's Wednesday, obviously. I don't know the date. I think it's like the 1st of February, maybe somewhere in there. I don't know. It's not that important. Next Wednesday, whatever date it is. But yeah, I think my computer over here crashed on my export yet again. Oh no. But yeah, it is the 1st. Thank you, Brandy Lynn. Yeah, this desktop and situation I have with my editing is not an ideal setup. Let's just put it that way. So I gotta knock this out when I'm done here, but I'm gonna have some lunch, hang out before I go get my kids. I hope you all have a very fabulous weekend, and I will see you back here Wednesday. It'll be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Wednesday. And I do have a new pick a card reading for those that didn't get their question answered that wanted to. I do have a free pick a card up on my other channel. It's linked in the description below, called Harmony Portal Tarot. And that pick a card is all about how you're leveling up and how you're expanding in your life. And on Tuesday, I have another pick a card coming that I'm super excited for you guys to see. It's called Your Spiritual Focus pick a card. And we went off. We went in on that one. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see you guys next time. Have a fabulous weekend wherever you are in the world, and make it your best day ever. All right, you guys. Bye.